I participated in the USATF Masters up at Berea at Baldwin Wallace outside of Cleveland. Philadelphia Masters, of course. But again, to stay in the game this long, Sean.
Okay, now it's a Masters event, and this kind of condition right now for the Masters, I think it's dangerous for them right now, if you ask me right now. I wouldn't be surprised. I hope not, just to make sure they all comes out of the race okay and fine. And that's my main concern right now, because the condition is not in the best for them. For the suitable, it's not suitable for them right now, if you ask me.
Well, 97 years old, lane one. That is Edward Cox from the Syracuse Chargers. He has no qualms about being at the starting line. And I was just going to say, they were holding their position better than some of the high schoolers. Wow, down the track, 80 and older. We have a battle in the middle of the track. 3 lanes, dueling it out. And here the crowd at the Penn relays for our 80-year-old sprinters. In lane 4, that is Dominic Stellato, I do believe it is. 16:02, and he had a headwind to run into in addition to the driving rain. And there is Mr. Cox from the Syracuse Chargers.
And Phil, people are on their feet on that backstretch. Look at that. That was just as exciting as the women and the men collegiate races.
I don't think they even got the support like that either. they got the best. I mean, come on, hear the crowd.
I tell you, back in 2011, I participated in the USATF Masters up at Berea at Baldwin Wallace outside of Cleveland. The first event I walked in and saw, no lie, was the 90 and up men's 100, and I just stood there amazed and transfixed. I did not move. I didn't care if my race was 2 minutes from them. I was watching that race. Wow,
well done, by
the final results.
The entire field. They finished the race, so that's a plus.
And they
we
did
see
fantastic.
25.90, 25.9.
Philadelphia Masters, of course.
Wow. One thing that comes to mind right away is their fast twitch muscle fiber tissue. Like, man, for it to not give out still at that age, that's amazing. That is amazing. And just to know that you're capable of doing that, you have to be careful. If you can see, like, the one all the way to the very right, that guy in green, he's in his 90s, and he's still in there. You're competing against yourself, actually, right? Can you do this all your life? This is a 100-meter dash or sprint, right? 16 seconds was the record. Look at him. Man, these guys in the front, look at that. Like, to not pull anything or tear anything or break anything when you sprint like that, that's a beautiful thing. That's awesome. Will I be doing that? You have to really be careful with this. These guys, this is what they train for. So don't just out of nowhere go out there and try to do a 100-meter sprint, right? If you're at around this age, even 60s, 70s, or even 80s, even right now, to tell you the truth, there's some 30-year-olds that can't do that. A 30-year-old should be able to just, out of nowhere, be able to just sprint whenever, right? Once you hit your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and now we're talking about 80s, then you have to be 100 times, I won't say 100 times more careful. But like I said, these guys, they condition for this, they prepare for this, and that's why you ended up seeing nobody getting hurt, nobody falling or tearing anything, right? Because they were ready for this at that age. So is it possible? Yes, with proper nutrition, proper hydration, good recovery, and also conditioning, strengthening, training for this. They probably trained a few months for this, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not only about finishing, it's not only about breaking the record, it's about you being able to even execute it without tearing something, breaking something, right? So, man, the one the one with the big beard right there in the middle, in the orange with the big beard. I think he's the one that took it. Look at, just to be able to sprint like that at that age, it's amazing. That is amazing. Should I be sprinting more often? The only thing with sprinting, you have to get a good stretch, get a good warm up, and also you already have to have good nutrition in you. Like, you should be eating right at least 2 to 3 days before you sprint, because if you're not eating good and you just want to go sprint, it's going to take you 10 times longer to condition for it and be ready for it, so you can prevent an injury. All right, that's why these sprinting shouldn't be taken lightly. Sprinting is top notch to running, because it's sprinting, it's running, it's jogging, it's walking. I mean, it's power walking and then walking. Right? Sprinting is at the top. So be careful with that. Be careful with sprinting. You don't want to get injured either. But it's a great exercise that you can continually do and keep your heart strong and keep your muscle fiber tissue strong as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys like these videos, subscribe to the channel here, Mannys Fitness Program, and I'll make more. I'm actually gonna be going live on my other channel, Real Results with Manny, on my other YouTube channel. So check it out, and I'll see you there. Take care, be safe, discipline over emotion. Bye bye.